With the year winding down, it's only appropriate to celebrate you, our viewers, for your contributions to the channel's Eyewitness portal, a platform for airing views affecting your environment. This success is a testament of the commitment of us here at Channels Television to deliver on our promise of professional news coverage and at the same time being a means of drawing public attention to important issues. Our correspondent, Oreoluwa Shonibare, shares some of the images that shaped 2014, but we'd like to warn you that some of the pictures may be a little disturbing.
A lot of pictures have made headlines on the channel's Eyewitness platform in 2014. But one that stood out in particular is this one in the month of May of 15-year-old Balkis Muraina, who was brutally attacked and left for dead by her assailant in Osun State. Thankfully, she was rescued and received adequate medical attention. A few months later, Channels Television went in search of Balkis to see how well she has been faring. We're able to trace her to Pt.2 in Lagos State, where she now lives with her mother. Received by her mother and the community leader, we walked the plank to where she is. Balkis shows her scars. A harsh and constant reminder of what happened. But that does not deter her from house chores and school activities. With distant eyes, she speaks on how life has been and her expectations for the future.
Life is returning to normal. I have forgiven the person who did this to me. God knows the judgment to pass on him. I only ask the government to come to my aid.
Balkis has been through a lot this year, and as 2015 approaches, this 15-year-old can only hope it is one that makes her spend her days forgetting the horror and live a normal life. We have had a special time promoting the channel's Eyewitness platform with you. And as this year comes to an end, let's usher in the new one with pictures that will bring about the changes you desire. Oreoluwa Shonibare, Channels Television News.
Now back to politics and the crisis within the Ogun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party over the governorship candidate appears to be deepening. A group believed to be loyal to the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Dimeji Bankole, has insisted that the choice of Mr. Gboyega Isiaka as the party's flag bearer is not acceptable. The state chairman of the party, Mr. Bayo Dayo, had informed leaders and members of the party that the national leadership of the party had finally settled for Mr. Isiaka, who emerged winner in the governorship primary conducted by the PDP in Abeokuta on December the 8th.
It all began here on December the 8th, 2014, when the People's Democratic Party in Ogun State held its governorship primary. At the end of the election, Mr. Gboyega Isiaka was announced winner.
I am happy to tell all of you that our candidate for the gubernatorial election coming up in February is our able Gboyega Isiaka.
Since his victory as the chosen one, the tension has grown, with some members alleging that the election did not follow due process. But that announcement by the Ogun State PDP chairman may just have put the matter to rest.
The result of the primaries has been taken to the National Secretariat and the appropriate places.
In a swift reaction, the group loyal to the former speaker claimed that other interested parties are not being carried along, asking for the status quo to be maintained until an agreement is reached over a consensus candidate.
What you have is harmonized list of candidates, and in the process of doing that, stakeholders are supposed to be involved. The process was commenced some time ago, and that decision has not been taken. And I'm also aware that effort is being made to call all the stakeholders. Don't forget that the process in which Gboyega Isiaka emerged was cancelled by the National Working Committee of PDP itself. And at the point they resolved to harmonize all the lists, it was agreed at that point that all the stakeholders will be involved and the outcome will be, passed to stakeholders. As I'm talking to you, we are not aware of that.
As the deadline to submit a candidate's name to INEC gets closer, the Ogun PDP is in a tough battle against itself to put its house in order in readiness for the 2015 elections less than 2 months away.
11 out of 26 registered political parties have submitted the names of their presidential candidates for the 2015 elections to the Independent National Electoral Commission. While the ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP, submitted the names of President Goodluck Jonathan and his vice, Namadi Sambo, the main opposition, All Progressives Congress, APC, submitted the names of Muhammadu Buhari and Yemi Osinbajo as their presidential and vice presidential candidates. Others names submitted included Ambrose Albert and Haruna Shaba for Hope Democratic Party, Ganiyu Galadima and Balarabe Ahmed of Allied Congress Party of Nigeria, ACPN, and Chekwas Okorie and Bello Umar of United Progressive Party. The Labour Party, LP, and the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, had earlier announced their adoption of the PDP candidate Goodluck Jonathan as their candidate. Right, let's join Linda Akigbe, who's in our studios in Abuja. Hi, Linda.
Hello, Bimbo, and welcome to Abuja. About 8 million naira has been given to the widows of police officers killed in Alakio village, Nasarawa State, in 2013, and 14 others declared missing in Goza, Borno State, making the presentation to the widows at the 38th Mobile Police Squadron in Akwanga. Mr. Suleiman Abba pledged the commitment of the police authority to protect and care for its personnel. Besides cash, the police force also donated foodstuffs to the families of the deceased policemen.
The Inspector General of Police arriving 38 Mobile Police Squadron in Akwanga, Nasarawa State, where he inspected a guard of honor before his official assignment. Mr. Abba assured the widows of the police and promised never to abandon them as they grapple with the challenge of losing their breadwinners.
Those whose husbands are still missing, and I understand there are 14 of you here. Let me say that we are still pained and we are still hopeful, and we have not stopped in the efforts to trace them.
You have come to identify with the families of our departed colleagues who lost their lives in the service of their fatherland at Alakio in Lafia East local government area of Nasarawa State, precisely on the 7th of May 2013, as well as those who were declared missing in action at Goza some months ago, and also some of our men who were injured during the recent attack by suspected militants along Akwanga-Lafia Express Highway.
Some of the recipients, who were full of praise, appealed for employment opportunities to enable them support their families.
I thank you for everything that happened in our life. We have never given up. We are still hoping that those that are still missing, one day they will still come back. Our miracle is still on the way. We should not lose hope. We should appreciate God. We are in the season of appreciating God now.
With the assurances of the police authority not to abandon families of the slain policemen, these families look forward to support from the authorities, as the case has always been total neglect of families of the deceased officers.
In part 2, after the break, we will be reviewing the health sector in 2014. Join us again.